What if the Philippines could meet its growing energy needs without contributing to climate change? Is it even possible? Let's take a moment to ponder over this. The Philippines, like many other nations, is in the midst of an energy dilemma. On one hand, there's a burgeoning demand for electricity stemming from a rapidly growing economy and population. On the other, there's the pressing need to curb greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the impact of climate change. Traditional forms of energy, such as fossil fuels, are no longer sustainable, nor are they eco-friendly. Enter the world of nuclear power, a source of energy that's not only efficient but also has a negligible carbon footprint. Yes, there are challenges and controversies surrounding it, but could it be the solution we're looking for? The answer may lie in a place called the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant. Nuclear power. It sounds complicated, doesn't it? But it doesn't have to be. Let's begin by breaking it down to the basics. Picture a tiny particle, the atom. Now envision us splitting that atom in a process called nuclear fission. This splitting releases a tremendous amount of energy in the form of heat. This heat is then used to boil water, creating steam that spins turbines, which in turn generates electricity. And voila! That's nuclear power in a nutshell. It's like making a cup of tea, but on a much larger scale, and instead of a stove, we're using the raw power of atoms. Now let's talk about efficiency. When we compare nuclear power to other energy sources, it's like comparing a racehorse to a pony. A single nuclear power plant can generate enormous amounts of electricity. Just a kilogram of uranium, which is used as fuel in these plants, can produce as much energy as the combustion of over 1 million kilograms of coal. That's like replacing a mountain of coal with a small pebble. But the benefits don't stop there. The process of generating nuclear energy does not involve burning fossil fuels, which means it doesn't release harmful greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. It's a low-carbon energy source, making it a friend of our environment, a crucial factor in our fight against climate change. However, it's not just about the energy we can generate. It's also about the energy we can conserve. Nuclear power plants, once operational, require less fuel than many other types of power plants. This means less mining, less transport, and less waste. In the grand scheme of things, nuclear power offers us an opportunity to meet our growing energy demands while also protecting our planet. It's like having our cake and eating it too. In essence, nuclear power presents a clean, efficient, and potent source of energy. Now let's turn our attention to the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant. This colossal structure is a testament to a time when the Philippines looked towards nuclear energy as a solution to its growing power needs. It's a story that began in the mid-70s, an era of oil price shocks and energy crises. The government, led by then-President Ferdinand Marcos, sought a solution in nuclear power, and thus, the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant was conceived. Located on a 42,000 square meter plot in the province of Bataan, this power plant was designed to be a Westinghouse light water reactor, capable of producing 625 megawatts of electricity. That's enough to power hundreds of thousands of homes. However, the plant never saw the light of day, despite being completed in the early 80s. Why, you might ask? Well, the reasons are multifaceted. There were concerns about safety, given the plant's proximity to major fault lines and a dormant volcano. There were worries about costs, with the project's price tag ballooning from an initial estimate of $600 million to a staggering $2.3 billion. There were also political factors at play, with the downfall of the Marcos regime casting a shadow over the project. But let's not forget that this sleeping giant, the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, was intended to meet the energy needs of a rapidly growing nation. Today, as the Philippines grapples with increasing demand for electricity and the urgent need to shift to cleaner energy sources, the potential of this dormant power plant is being reconsidered. While it remains a controversial topic, there's no denying that the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant could provide a significant boost to the country's power supply. And with the right safety measures and regulatory oversight, it could do so without compromising the well-being of the people or the environment. The Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, though dormant, holds immense potential energy. That's something worth pondering as we consider the future of energy in the Philippines. So what could the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant mean for the Philippines? Let's dive into it. First and foremost, the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant represents an opportunity for energy independence. As it stands, the Philippines relies heavily on imported fossil fuels to meet its energy needs. By harnessing the power of the atom, the nation could significantly reduce its dependence on foreign energy sources, giving it a greater degree of control over its destiny. But it's not just about energy independence. The Bataan Nuclear Power Plant is also a potential catalyst for job creation. From the engineers who will run the plant, to the construction workers who will build and maintain it, to the countless other roles that will be created indirectly, the plant could provide a much-needed boost to the local economy. Speaking of the economy, let's not forget the potential for economic growth. With reliable, low-cost energy, businesses can thrive, industries can expand, and the Philippines can continue its journey towards becoming a major player on the global stage. It's a ripple effect that could touch every corner of the nation. And then there's the environmental aspect. Despite what you might initially think, nuclear power is one of the cleanest forms of energy out there. Unlike fossil fuels, which spew carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, nuclear power produces virtually no emissions. By embracing nuclear power, the Philippines could significantly reduce its carbon footprint, helping to combat climate change and protect the natural beauty that the nation is so famous for. But let's not forget that with great power comes great responsibility. It's crucial that any move towards nuclear power is done responsibly, with strict safety measures in place to protect both people and the environment. It's clear that the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant could be a game-changer for the Philippines, powering its future in a sustainable, efficient way. The benefits are numerous and the potential is enormous. It's a story of energy independence, job creation, economic growth, and environmental responsibility. It's a story of a brighter future for the Philippines.